Let me ask you something. Did you know that the very thing that got you promoted is often the very thing that will burn you out? Most leaders are promoted because they perform well. They hit targets, they solve problems, they execute consistently. But here's what nobody tells you. Execution is not leadership. In fact, the fastest way to derail your leadership career is to try to lead people the way you led tasks. And that's the gap. You were promoted for performance, not prepared for people. When you were an individual contributor, life was simple. You had a clear metric. You had a task, you delivered, your value was tied to your output. Now you're in leadership and your value is tied to other people's output. That is a completely different skill set. But companies don't train you for that shift. They assume if you were good at doing your work, you'll be good at leading the work. That's a dangerous assumption. Managing tasks is logical. Managing people is emotional, behavioral, psychological, and structural. And if you don't understand that shift, you will default back to what feels safe. Doing it yourself, overworking, micromanaging, rescuing the underperformer, taking on emotional labor. That's not leadership. That's high-performing burnout. There's a moment most leaders experience. It's quiet, but it's heavy. You're sitting in a meeting, your team is underperforming, deadlines are missed, attitudes are shifting, and internally you're thinking, I could just do this myself. That thought right there, that's promotion shock. Because the instinct of high performer is to fix. But leadership isn't fixing. Leadership is building systems that prevent the need for fixing. And nobody trained you on that. So you start compensating, you stay later, you respond faster, you over-explain decisions so nobody feels bad. You soften your standards to avoid friction, you absorb stress so your team doesn't feel it. And slowly your authority weakens, not because you're incompetent, but because you were never prepared for people. Now, high performers, they struggle in leadership for 3 reasons. They measure themselves by their effort.